Welcome back to Facts Before Hype. A serious controversy involving the Honorable Minister of Works, David Umahi, has been unfolding across Nigerian social media and in mainstream news in recent days. At the center of the dispute is a businesswoman, Tracy Nicolas Ohiri, who has accused the minister of owing her a large sum of money and of making inappropriate advances towards her over many years. According to the report, Ohiri claims she provided services and goods worth about 250 billion to Mr. Umahi during his time in public office and that he never paid her despite repeated requests. She also alleges that as she pressed for the payment, the minister allegedly made personal unwanted advances towards her, an accusation he has firmly denied. The situation escalated significantly when police reportedly arrested Ohiri in Lagos on cyberbullying charges linked to her public claims and transferred her to Abuja, where she was detained by the Federal Capital Territory Police Command. Human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has publicly criticized both the minister and the police, saying the matter was a civil debt dispute that was turned into a criminal issue, and urging that her arrest and detention be reviewed. Sowore also confronted the minister at the police headquarters, alleging intimidation and improper behavior during her detention, and challenging the treatment of Ohiri as a criminal rather than a plaintiff in a financial dispute. Some reports even claim that police blocked a court order that would have released Ohiri after a magistrate granted her bail, an allegation the police have not publicly confirmed. In response to the uproar on social media and the public confrontations, David Umahi issued a formal statement denying the accusation. He dismissed claims of harassment and stated that at no point did he use security forces to threaten or intimidate anyone. According to the minister's spokesman, the police were acting on a petition and followed due process in inviting and arresting Ohiri. Umahi also described some of her online accounts as inconsistent and lacking coherence and criticized what he called performative activism. The controversy has divided public opinion. Some civil society groups have defended the minister, criticizing the way the allegations have been amplified on social media and defending his reputation and service. Others have raised concerns about abuse of power, police conduct, and whether a private financial dispute should be handled through criminal charges rather than civil courts. This case has spotlighted several wider issues: the role of social media in public dispute, how financial disagreements involving public offices should be mediated, and the broader question of police and judicial conduct when civil disagreements spill into critical proceedings. Whether officials acted within the law or crossed the line remains a point of heated public debate, and both the legal and public narrative continue to unfold. Let's listen to Madam Ohiri on Kaatruth Podcast when she unveiled and revealed everything that transpired between her and David Umahi.
And a lot of people will come in, look at what you have on display, you network with them, they take your card, your flyers, take your numbers, and you also do likewise. So it was in one of those times that I met engineer David Umahi and some of his aides. Was at that time, he was the PDP chairman of his state. So he felt so delighted seeing the things we had on display, and he invited us over to his state. He said, I have to produce this. I like what I'm seeing. This is very creative. So you guys will be coming to make a presentation in my state. We travel around around the states of Nigeria, and I've worked for a couple of people. I've practically traveled around Nigeria, sourcing for jobs, and I have my clients all over. So, and that was it. After some weeks, he invited us over, and I always go on this business trips with my staff. As at that time, I was single. I was a single parent. I was not married. Yeah. And if I step out, it's difficult for anybody not to like me. Yes, because I have that golden favor from God. So people like me easily, yeah. So, we went to his state. He invited us. As at that time, he gave us accommodation in his house. I don't know about any hotel. I don't know if he had a hotel at that time when he was the PDP chairman, but we stayed in his house. And I asked him, sir, what about your family? He said they were in London or Canada. I can't remember, but they were not staying with him. So we stayed in his house. So, and we didn't stay in his house because he was dating me or I was having anything with him. We stayed in his house because he said, no, you guys can stay in my house. No problem. We have guests from downstairs and I stay upstairs since my family is not here. So, and he is not the first person that has hosted my staff and I. We've been to different states where even the people that invited us hosted us in their house and we felt so at home, ate and wined with them, and there has been no issue. But over the years, each time we go back, those people host us, they're always happy to have us in their homes. So we stayed. He gave us 2 rooms. I stayed in one. 2 of my staff and my driver, stayed in one. And we had his boy called Emeka Silas. Emeka Silas then had a girl that he wanted to marry like a fiancé. They stayed downstairs. So in that David's house, he had a swimming pool. So we stayed downstairs. And we have made our presentations during the day. Then it's time to sleep. I'm an MFM member. And I don't joke with my midnight prayers. I always pray at midnight. I'm used to it. So I was preparing to pray.
Sorry, MFM is a Mountain of Fire Ministry.
Correct. That's correct, sir. So as an MFM member, I'm used to praying at night. I was preparing to pray when he knocked on my door and came in. So it's okay by me because as someone hosting us, you have the right to come and check up on us if we're okay, and also to find out if we're eating. And that's exactly what he did when he came in. He was standing, but he had towel. I was concerned because he was tying a white towel, so which made me very uncomfortable. So, and I was already holding my Bible. I said, "We're fine, sir." "Yes, sir, we're fine." He said, "What about your staff? Have they all eaten?" I said, "Yes, sir, we are okay." Then he sat on my bed. So, and I also was sitting on that bed. So I adjusted, I adjusted a little, and he said, "Okay, feel at home. I hope there is no problem. If you need anything, let me know." I said, "No problem, sir." So I was now waiting for him to go. And he stayed on. He will say one thing, talk about something, and I was getting uncomfortable. So by the time you know it, the discussion became intense. "So, Tracy Nicolas, you're a very beautiful girl, and I would like to take care of you." "I know, sir. Thank you. You're already taking good care of us here." So that's not what I mean. "You're not a baby. Are you a baby?" "I know." So he started touching me, and I stood up. I said, "I'm coming, sir. Let me drop this Bible with my staff. They need it. I'll join you soon." And that was how I escaped from that room. In fact, when I go to my staff door, any of them you call today, they will tell you, I practically banged, and they opened. I said, "MD." I said, "Open." I jumped inside. There were already 2 people on the bed, 1 person on the floor. But when I got into the room, they all lay on the floor and gave me the bed. I said, "Lock." So I guess maybe he waited and didn't see me, and he went upstairs. But I slept with my staff in the room where he gave to them. Then in the morning was when I knew that he was a very childish person. In the morning, "Good morning, sir." He said, "Good morning," and passed. So we're supposed to leave that morning. He did not talk to us. He did not talk to me. I said, so he was attending to some people. When he finished, he was going towards his car. I went to meet him. I said, "Sir, we're about to go. We want to start going back to Lagos." He said, He just opened his door. His Jeep, got into his car and drove off. I called him severally, like 11 times I called. He didn't take his call. I told my staff, "Please, driver, come, get into the car. Let's leave here." We left. that gave me a very wrong impression about this person. So we left, and I didn't call him again. After some months, like 9 months or thereabouts, even after 1 year, he called me. He said, I would like you to come to my state. I want to produce something for my governor. I said, the last one we came. Okay, before now, during the day we made presentations, and he took me to a filling station that belongs to him. There's a filling station that he owned. So these were the two places we went to. After making that presentation, he took me to his filling station. In that filling station, I filled up my tank because I always want them to have fuel in the tank so that if there's any movement, we will not be stranded. He saw me filling up my tank. You invited us. He never said, no, give her fuel. Wrong impression. I'm not making demands, yeah? I'm not being, I'm not being entitled, but you invited us. It's not like when I was coming from Lagos, you sent us money. No. So I didn't say anything. I filled up my tank, paid, and we followed him. So now when he left, we left for Lagos, and we left your place. You can't even call us to say, have you gotten to Lagos? So that slide, I liked that slide. Then after a year or something, after some time, I can't really remember the duration, he called me that he wants to produce corporate gift items for his governor, and that he would like me to come. As at this time, I now realized that he has a hotel called Osborne Hotel. And that was where he invited us. As we were entering a Boeing, he directed us to go to that hotel. We went to the Osborne Hotel with a lot of trees, vegetation. I still remember vividly. I have videos, yeah? So when we entered the hotel, I was booking accommodation. You are the one that invited us again. And you're supposed to accommodate us. I'm not feeling entitled, but if you invited me and I did not ask you money for fuel, I did not ask you money for anything, we get to your hotel. This hotel is yours. It's not like it's an outside hotel. I was making accommodation booking for myself and my staff. I paid. He was there. He was standing there. We just said, give them food. So I just allowed only my staff to eat. He gave my staff food. I didn't bother to eat. So we went to his office upstairs. He has an office in that hotel. We made presentations and he picked a lot of things, yeah, that he wanted to do for his governor. Then one Mr. Amechi, I remember.
Mr. Lechi.
Okay, a Lechi or something. But he was an elderly man. I can't forget he was an
Martins.
Yes, Governor Martins, but he was elderly. So, and I think on that trip too, I was introduced to one of his sons. That's Elechi's son. I met one of his sons. So, and that was it. We did a quotation for that and we left. And the quotation we dropped for those things he wanted to do for the governor, he is supposed to send us mobilization fee. So when we called, he said, go ahead and do it. And I said, I'm not doing. Because those ones, I need to travel to Dubai to go and produce them. They are crystals. They are called crystals. And there is no way I can start going to Dubai to do it with no mobilization fee. So we kept on talking. He used to call me and said, I don't even understand why you used to invite me to your states. And when I come over, you'll be acting up. I don't understand it. You pick something, I'll do quotation. You will not answer. And remember, when we were going, he didn't give me any money. He didn't give us any money this time. So anytime I'm going to a Boeing, I've already prepared myself. I've already seen myself that this man is not the giving type. Because in my life, I started making money at a very early age, yeah? So I don't, if somebody don't give me anything, I don't hold it against them. And there's one other thing I've learned in life. It's not everybody that has the spirit of giving. There are some states we go to work. As we get there, the person that invited us that will go there to work, as my staff, they would ask them money in pounds and dollars. I'm telling you the truth. I don't want to start mentioning states. People, as we are going, we've offloaded goods. You just see the person, the man that we went to, or the woman, even women, they give to my staff. Sometimes we just offload hamper. You just see them, they'll come out. They say, they'll be giving my staff money. You take this, 50, you really tried. 100. Sometimes it's in dollars, it's in pounds. Yeah. And these people also made sure that we're okay. So me, I've already prepared my mind that this guy doesn't have the spirit of giving. So no need to even ask. I don't ask him. We also left. So when he now was insisting, he didn't do those things again. I said, I can't do them, sir, because I do them in Dubai. And without mobilization, it's not going to be possible. Okay. So that was the last discussion. And over time, sometimes he'll call me, Tracy, how are you? I'll say, I'm fine. And sometimes too, I call him. And when we talk on the phone, he just make a fine girl. When no Sabi make good use of her beauty, I don't understand what that means. So we'll just leave it at that. Then one day, I was sleeping. Umahi called me to come. No, before then, he called me again to come. Now, Umahi is now the deputy governor. He has now become the deputy governor. So when we got to Umahi's place, we went straight to the office.
From Lagos again?
Yes, from Lagos again. He has now become the deputy governor. I said, okay, maybe those times he really didn't have money or much. So when we went there, this time around, he has built a new hotel. Either he built a new or he scattered that first one we used to stay. There's a hotel that he renovated or something, but the hotel changed from what it used to look like before. So we went to his office as a deputy governor this time. That was where he hosted us. Remember, the first time was in his house and his filling station. The second, and that filling station, he was constructing a road by that filling station at that time. You see everything in the videos and the pictures. Now, the second time was in his hotel. Now, this third time...
A new one?
No, not the new one. The old hotel, his first hotel. Now, this third time was in his office as a deputy governor. So, there he picked some things. I didn't know that now he's a deputy governor. He's picking things he will use. I didn't know he had intention of running as a governor. And he was preparing himself. So he was picking some things. I was asking, what do you want to use them that when people visit your office, you give them as they're living? The things that you can be used and be promoting somewhere, like when people want to do campaign and all of that. I was even helping him to select. I said, this one is not good for campaign. You understand? So in my mind, maybe his guy is trying to come back. He wants to. This one is not good for campaign. This one is very good for campaign. Especially with those women that cannot read and write and men that cannot read and write in different local governments and villages. With your pictures boldly on these things, they will always remember the face of the person they want to thumbprint for. So I was advising him. So at the end of the day, he picked a lot of things. I said, but these things now we picked. If you want to do it, what type of picture? Where are the pictures we will use? He gave me pictures. He gave me pictures in his office. So I collected those pictures. I snapped those pictures with my phone. I snapped them. And I can't remember, but it's like I collected those hard copies from him too. So, and I gave him a quotation. The quotation was typed in his office. It's even one of his aides that helped me, but I can't remember the name of the aides that typed that thing on my letterheaded paper I brought for him. He said it's okay. So, and because I'm communicating one-on-one with him, it's not like I didn't get acknowledgement copy. I only made 2 copies. Acknowledgement copies when you give somebody, you ask the person to stamp here for you. I just gave them 1 copy, and I know that 1 copy is for us because we are doing direct communication. Like if I go to CBN now, I give them a letter, I must make sure you stamp 1. So I took my own quotation, and me and my staff left Ebonyi State that same evening because there was no need staying. Right? We went to another state. We were going to Enugu. So since Ebonyi was not far from Enugu, we said, okay, let's just move direct. We just went straight to Enugu. So this time there was no sleeping. Then in 2009, someone woke me up. After my morning prayers, my phone was ringing when I was about to conclude it. I now finished prayers and picked it up. It was Umahi. He told me, Tracy, how are you? I want to run. No, I've decided to contest for governorship. I said, that's good. So, this is good news. Congratulations in advance. He said, it's those things I put in my office that time. I wanted to produce it for my gas election. But now, I want to use it for myself. So I said, okay. I gave you the paper and I said, will I remember where I kept it? Will I remember where I kept it? That was what he was saying. So I felt maybe after our discussion that day, he will go to check. So he didn't go to check, but he called me back again. He said, you have your own copy? I said, yes. Yeah. All those things we picked that you said is good for election, just go ahead and produce it. I said, I can't go ahead and produce it, sir. He said, this one too, are you making it in Dubai? I said, no, I have them. I have some of them, but I don't have all. I have to, like a size book, you have to print on it. There are some things I still need to gather together. Some of the things he picked, deck stuff and everything, I have to bring them, I have to buy them. So the only thing I had was, there's a particular pen he picked. That one I have it in stock, but the rest, I had to buy them. Because I use other people's job to display for him. I said, please go ahead. I'm assuring you will not have any problem. Now that I'm contesting, and by God's grace, if I win, you will not have any problem. I didn't still go ahead. Because this is someone that since I met him, he has never given me a kobo. There is a way that friends will be investing in your life. When they want to do something, you will go all out. You understand? Like since I had this issue with him, a lot of friends and families, even people I've not seen in 15 years, they've been calling, asking me, how can we support? How can we help? This is an injustice. So people on their own say, please, we want to support. We want to support. Do you understand? So this one, since I met this man, the only thing he gave to us was the food he gave to my staff that day in his hotel. He has never given me a kobo. But this is the twist around it. Now, he called me one last time, one evening, and said, please, he wants to talk to me. That I should go ahead and produce these things. That I should just have it in mind that he's going to win. And that once he gets into office, he will clear every debt he owes me. In my mind, I'm like, this guy has called me 3 times regarding this. And let it don't be like wickedness. Let me just go ahead and see what I can do for him. You understand? So I now went ahead, did my children's school fees. I took a personal loan. All this loan that when you take, every month you'll be paying interest. Like if you take 2 million, they tell that you'll be paying 10%. I took that loan from a guy called Bayo that works in First Bank. He used to work in First Bank, but he has resigned. Wherever Bayo is, Bayo will bear me witness. So I took that loan. He took me to a place where they gave me that loan. I added my children's school fees. I ordered for those things from Dubai. I printed the notebook here. And when it was done, I called him. He said, oh my God, try and deliver it this weekend. I'm not around. I have gone to Abuja. I've been going to and fro Abuja to meet with our president's wife and also the president because I'm sourcing for fund for my election. I don't really have much right now. And I asked him, but what about your Oga? The governor should support you. He said, no, that they are having misunderstanding. I don't know if they are, but that is what he told me, that they are having misunderstanding. So we went to Ebonyi State. Someone drove me in my car and the truck man drove the truck behind us. We went to Ebonyi State. Now when we got to Ebonyi State, we lodged in a hotel close to a school. It's like that school is a college of education. I can't remember, but it's not a full-fledged university. It's like a college of education. That was where we lodged. I got into Ebonyi State. I told him that we're in Ebonyi State. I told him where we lodged. He said, okay, no problem. Because we got in at night, which was on a Friday evening, that his boy will come for us in the morning. In the morning, he sent the number. He called and said that his boy is coming. That he has forwarded the address of where I am to his boy. And truly, the boy called me and told me that he was outside. So we all came out, got into my car. The truck man got into the truck, and the guy took us straight to Umahi's house. So, you see, I can't really remember vividly the name of that school. There's a hotel. If I go through my evidence, I will get all these facts because I've stored all these things and archived it. So, we got to the Umahi's house and I saw the little daughter called Paradise because I asked her name. She said her name is Paradise. So I was playing with her while my staff were offloading the items that we brought. that boy and other boys of Umahi helped. Even Umahi's wife was around on the day I offloaded his goods. The wife was around because she came out, she greeted us. So I realized she was making up inside, but she greeted us before she went back and somebody was making her up. So that is it. We offloaded. When we were leaving back to Lagos, I didn't have enough cash. The truck man had to buy fuel. So it was when I got back to Lagos 2 days later that I sent the truck man some money. And he thanked me. He was very grateful. So he called me from Abuja. When I told him, we are back, I'm in Lagos now, he thanked me, was very grateful. So I didn't ask him for money. I didn't bother him. The election went well. I gave him 1 year and 8 months because I know that usually when they get into power immediately, they don't usually have money until budget and everything is passed, and then the federal government will start sharing allocation. So I was still very patient. After 1 year and 8 months, something happened that made me very angry. So one day I called him. He said, "Are you coming to Ebonyi this weekend?" I said, "No. What am I coming there to do?" He said, "Come now, host you, we'll have a good time. Allow me to take care of you. I want to date you. I want to take good care of you. I want to make you my woman." I said, "If that is the reason, I'm not coming. How far with my payment?" He said, he just signed. "So this one I'm telling you is not important." I said, "No, it's not important to me right now. I need money. I'm trying to pay school fees." He said, "Okay." Later, he off the phone. That was how we entered our call. Then something happened. His father or his mother died. His father is like his father or his mother, one of his parents. He lost one of his parents. Immediately he became, few months or that period, he became a governor.
Yes.
Yeah, there is somebody he lost. So in my mind, I'm like, when I was hearing about the death of the person, I called him. I FaceTime with him. I said, "Oh, so sorry." He said, "No problem." But after all this while, he's been asking me out. He's not talking to me harshly. You understand? He's no longer talking to me the way he used to talk to me before he became this governor. So I didn't still take it to her because I felt that when they become governor, too much the pressure they their head. So, but when he lost that person, I finished felicitating with him. I said, "Okay, how is the plan going on? Do let me know the type of gifts that you'll be needing for your guests, from premium gifts to all these governors that will come, so I can prepare it on time." He didn't answer me. He said, "Bye." He off the phone. So in my mind, I'm like, there is no way I did campaign materials for David Umahi and he will not remember to give me job for the burial of
the mother.
Yes, it was the mother that died. My brother.
And of course, that is why you were making all those sacrifices. For future contracts, business.
Which is what he assured me. I will be calling Silas, Emeka. I said, "How far now? The burial date is getting close. Oga no go use souvenir." I say, "Call her now. You know, David and your friend, they are the Oga, they talk well now. Emeka go ask them, where are go? You know, so Oga they hash. If you just go, they ask and this kind of thing. You and the Oga they very close now. Make you call him." I don't see myself calling David that I helped to start begging him to give me job for his mother's burial. No, I can't do that. This is someone I just helped. It's not been long he became a governor. So why should David all of a sudden forget that T-Worthy gift is here and she makes corporate gift? I don't know if you're getting my point. So I had myself. I didn't call him. My brother, before my very eyes, David conducted that burial. I was...
Not in the picture.
Even the boy, his boy, Emeka Silas, was asking me, "Are you not coming for Oga's mother's burial?" What now they go there, go fine. What now they go for burial where they no give me gift item? After I finish helping your Oga, gather my children's school fees, took a loan that Bayo took me to where I secured. I was paying percentage to the people. Because I came to the bank, he said, "Which collateral I want drop?" I said, "I need this job." My guy, I now explained to him, showed him David, everything. He said, "Okay." I get people, but their percentage, they're high. I said, let me just use it and run. Immediately he becomes governor, he will pay me. Well, I forgot about it. I moved on with my life. After I gave him some time again because he just buried someone. And I started asking for my payment. I said, how was the burial? He said, fine. When I asked him for the payment, I said, you buried your mother. It's like you forgot me to give tithes. He said, it's you. You're not cooperating. You are not cooperating. If you are cooperating, by now you for don't do okay. I now asked him, okay, what do you mean by this cooperation you're talking about? He said, I want you to be my woman. I want to date you. You don't know that you're very beautiful and you're supposed to be under a man. It's okay to be under a man. But David, I cannot date you because you're a married man. Stop saying this. Are you a baby? How many women? Are you the only married woman? Even married women here. He said, are you the only single? Are you the only single? Are you the only? There was a word he used. There's a word he used. I will remember that word before I leave here. He now said, are you the only grown adult that does not know how to use what she has to gather something for herself? That's what she told me. And I said, he now told me that even here we are, many married women are throwing themselves at me. I said, yeah, that is for them. Everybody has principle in life. My own principle is not to sleep with a married man or throw myself at a man. David kept on pestering me via phone calls. Anytime we speak, he will make me realize that I'm the reason why he has not done anything for me. So that means, in my mind, I'm like, he said from that first day in that room, I went to my staff room, that he felt I insulted him. That what was that? What was I doing? And I kept him standing in the room. And by the time you know it, I've jumped into my staff room. He kept on reminding me of those. I said, okay, sorry, no verse, but I've made it clear to you. So now, when I realized that he was not ready to pay me, because each time we talk about my payment, he talks about dating me. He talks about how I'm not being sensible enough to act like an adult and use what I have to get.
Just a quick question. This money we're talking about, how much is it?
Okay, as the initial invoice was 25.4 million, but times 12 years. Because remember, I took a loan, an individual loan, and I'm a businesswoman into importation. I bring in goods. I have over 5,000 products in different supermarkets. So imagine if I had used that money 12 years ago, when dollar was still about 130, 160, to import goods from China and Turkey, like I always do. I bring in 40-feet containers. So, you know what? Do you know what I would have?
Yeah.
I would have made with that money, because there was a time we were loading containers with 10 million naira. With 12 million naira, your 40-feet container is good to go. Not today. 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So he held on to my business capital. So every year I add it for him. So as of today, what he's owing me is 304 point something million.
304
point something million, yes. So when I now realized that this man is not willing to pay me, he just wants to hold me to ransom. One day he called me. I picked up the call. I said, should I send my account details? He said, no now. How far? Are you coming to Ebonyi this week? I said, I'm not coming. Please, sir, with all due respect, can you credit me? I want to pay my children's school fees. I am tired of decent talk. I have told you that I don't want to date you. I cannot date you. You're a married man. It's against my belief. Please, sir, send me my payment. Why are you always asking me out when I'm asking for my payment? You've been a governor now for over 2 years. Over 3 years. And you're not talking about my payment. This was not the initial agreement. Please respect yourself and pay me. That was the mistake I made. David hung up on me. He sent me a message. I will teach you a lesson. I will deal with you for insulting me. If you know David Umahi, you know his number, I will show you my phone. You will see the message in 2016. He sent me a message. So he blocked me.
After sending you a message that he's going to deal with you.
Yes, that he's going to deal with me for insulting him.
Can I see this message?
Yes, please. Yes.
And this message was sent when?
You will see the date and everything is there. So while they're getting the message, let's keep talking. So if I use another phone and call David, he hears my voice, he will drop it. If I use another phone and message him, he will not respond. But I kept on trying different phones in my office. You know why? Something I willingly did for you. Something I did out of kindness. Why on earth would I not be begging for it? So I felt if I get to his states, have you seen the message?
Yeah, is it the last one? There are so many messages. Just show me the one. There are so many messages. I wouldn't want to read. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's it. This is 2016, 12th April. Have you seen it? So I even used to use prayer. So I will be using prayer to beg him. I'll be saying, oh God, please touch the heart of your son to pay me for the job I did for him. Or to give me another contract to cover up the job if no one pay me for that one. David will tell me God is busy. Are you seeing it there? When I send in the message, you tell me God is busy.
That is what he used to send to you?
It's there. You did not see it. Let me show you. When I tell him, I will be praying. I'll be saying, in the midnight, you see the time I send these messages, I'll say, God, please, touch the heart of your son. So you can see here, I said, I'm tired of begging him. Check. I will not use prayer. When I'm praying in the midnight, I will not send him a message through prayer. That God touch the heart. He will not tell me God is busy. You're seeing it, right? So
wait, this is actually very serious. And I think people doesn't know because from what I'm seeing here, this is 11th April 2016.
Yes. You will also see where he said he would deal.
Rise and touch the heart of your son, Governor Umahi, to encourage me, class, by giving me
another job. Now, if you no one pay me for this one, make him give me another job to cover the.
So he will respond, God is busy.
God is busy. So you see, these are all the things that angered me because the David I made me believe he was a deacon, that he was a deacon of the Christ Embassy Church.
Now, I'm going to read this one out loud.
Okay.
And this was 12th April 2016, around 02:33 a.m.
When I used to say my midnight prayer.
Where is the God of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries? Arise at this hour and touch the heart of your son, Governor Umahi, to encourage me, Tracy Nicolas, by giving me a job or a payment for the items I produced for him during the election to enable me clear my debts and grow my business in Jesus' name. And they responded, one day you will pay for insulting me.
You see it. Please read out the number so that those who know the David Umahi will know if it is his number. Because he said he has never met me. My brother.
Okay. This is crazy.
Okay, so I told my lawyer, prepare, we are going there. And I called David with another number and he picked. I said, listen, I'm coming to Ebonyi. And by the time I get to Ebonyi State, I'm blocking the government house with my vehicle. No vehicle will drive out and no vehicle will drive in. That was what I told him. Do you know what David told me? He said, if you come into Ebonyi, with you and everybody coming in with you, none of you will live alive. Tracy Nita, I will give you the same treatment I gave the Nelen engineers. I said, what is Nelen engineer? That won't concern you now. I'll just watch out. Just wait. I will not talk too much. He hung up. I don't know what Nelen engineer, Nelen engineer is. I didn't know. I now went to my lawyer. I said, CEO, prepare. The man is thinking that I'm not serious. I'm going there to block the government house. He told me that if we come, that we will not live our life and that he's going to give me the treatment of the Nelen engineer. My lawyer said, you don't know about the Nelen engineer. I said, what is Nelen engineer? He said, go and read about it. He opened his phone, he said, read about it. That was when I read about the Nelen engineer. And when I finished reading about it, I changed my mind. So I changed my mind and I said, okay.
These Nelen engineers, what What happened? What's the story about? You said you read about it.
I don't know, I beg. I will advise you to go and read it by yourself. I don't want to say. I only use the phrase that he used for me. All I know is that when I read about it, it's like those people were abducted from his office, or when he's having meeting with them, and that was the last time they were seen. I don't want to talk about it because it no concern me. Reading about those engineers, I said no. I'm a single parent. As at that time, I wouldn't want to go and lose my life. So I stayed back. I now told myself, one day, David will not be governor again. And when he's out of the government house, one day, I will also meet him. And that kept going. And I kept on praying. There is no amount of fasting I did not do for this David Umahi issue. There is no amount of fasting. There is no amount of midnight prayer every day, to the point that anybody that knows me, in short, it goes so bad. Ask my husband. After we have gotten married, it got so bad one day, my children were telling me, he never do every midnight. You go to pray about this. Mommy, leave this money for him. Every day. God, I beg. God, please, touch David Umahi. Every of my child knows David Umahi's name. Even a little baby around me. If you come to my house, no staff, everybody, because I'm always praying. God, touch the heart of this man to release my payments. I don't have power to fight this man. Do you know what it is to fight a Nigerian politician? So let's get on. I didn't go. David finished his tenure. You know, they know they tire. They know they ever tire. Once they have tested that money, they know they ever tire. He became a senator. I said, okay, Abuja will be very easy to meet this man. I was preparing that, okay, and then settling in as a senator. One day I will jam him. I will even go to National Assembly and meet him in his office. They say he has become a minister. So my dad, who was living with me, because when he was sick, I took him to treat him, became very ill. I felt I should fly him to the US because I was using Premier Hospital and St. Nicholas to treat him, and they were giving him good treatment. But I felt if I fly my dad to the US, he will get a better treatment. So I started looking for phone to call David Umahi. I have money with this man. That money will help me to treat my dad. So I called him and I said, David Umahi, my dad is very sick. Please give me my payments. Just give me my payments. I want to fly my dad to the US for treatment so that he will not die. He said, if your father wants to die, let him die. He's not the first to die. He hanged up. I tried again. He has blocked the number. Eventually, months down the line, my dad died. Even when we were trying to prepare for him to fly, we could not. And as at that time, I was heavily pregnant with a set of twins. My dad died. When my dad died, I came on social media. That was the time I came on the social media. I was not talking like this. I was weeping. I remembered what David told me. He said, if my father wants to die, he should die. He's not the first to die. I was crying. I was begging Nigerians. I was not ashamed. I need money to bury my father. As at the time I came on the social media, my dad was in the mortuary. I pleaded. I begged. We wrote letter to the Senate president. We wrote to the presidency. We wrote to David Umahi countless times. My lawyers did.
Over this case?
Over this issue. If we never give David Umahi, we don't write more than 30 letters.
And you have copies of these letters?
We have copies of the letters. We wrote to the SGF because they said that David Umahi and the SGF, George Nkuma or something, is our best friends. So even when somebody heard about this issue, when the thing went online and became viral, they said, the brother is, the friend is George, the SGF brother, that let them talk to him so that he can talk to David. They sent the man. The man said yes, so that the brother, which is the SGF, has spoken to David. He said yes, that I produced gift items for him, but I insulted him. I even have it as an evidence because the guy sent back the voice note He said, but the minister say your sister insulted him. What is insult? Respect yourself, sir. I don't want to date you. Pay me my money. Stop talking to me about friendship. That is the only insult. So I kept on. I've been persistent. I've been persistent. So saying that, why did you wait for now? Why did you wait for now? I've been online demanding for my payments. It's 2023. Sorry, 2023. I've been online. Even VDM posted me in 2023. I was on Tunde Ednot. In fact, there was one that Tunde Ednot, when Tunde had over 7 million followers, that Tunde posted me today. The next day, they put down his page. In 2023, I can never forget. So people were now saying that, see now, maybe now because of this girl, Matter, that minister Matter, where Tunde posts, that's why he lost his page. I have been persistent, begging David Umahi, asking him for my payment. I even begged his wife. So I was not telling people that what kind of country is this? That some years back, I was on my own. Oh, they invited me to Kano State and said I do very good corporate gift. That Shakarao want to take title. I should go and get corporate gift. Kano State, not individual, like David Umahi own. This one is Kano State. They had a committee. The committee is in pictures. I snapped with everybody. Nobody can deny that. They now said they paid him money into my first bank account. Till tomorrow, if you want, I can produce it. You see Kano State government. You can see how many millions they paid in there. So I now traveled to Dubai to go and bring in this corporate. They said, because of time, I should use DHL and freight it in, which I did. And that was the first time I used DHL to freight in goods, what that quantity. I supplied. And the governor, Shekarau, as at that time, who said the amount he budgeted for gift was 72 million, released it to the committee and they shared it among themselves. So I was now asking Nigerians that which kind of country be this? Every day, for every time, frustration. Last time, and I told you that in 2005, as I lost so much money to Kano State, as I'm still recovering from that one. Now, in David Umahi owned in 2015, that I supplied since 2015. You understand what I mean? I was just recounting, telling Nigerians the story. I now told them that even that time, that was when Festus Keyamo was still Festus Keyamo, not the Festus Keyamo of today. Oh. That was when Festus Keyamo was behaving like so worried. I paid him 250,000 naira. 250,000 naira I paid Festus Keyamo in 2009. 2009, I paid Festus Keyamo 250,000. Do you know how much 250,000 was then? Festus Keyamo ate my money. He did not do that Kano State case. So that was the explanation I was giving to Nigerians why I will not allow David to eat my money this time. Because people were saying, leave it for him. Do you know what David did? David went and picked those things. Picked the story I was telling Nigerians. Because they were telling me, leave the money for him. Let him go. God will replenish. I said, no, I will not. I will not continue to leave my business money. That it has happened before in Kano. The committee ate the money. But this time, this one is one-on-one with David Umahi. If it is not one-on-one, will I have his number? If it is not one-on-one, I will have the committee members. Okay, this one, you understand what I mean? So, I was telling them the story. David went and picked it. So, when he came for this interactive session, he said, we heard that, I don't know the woman, but we heard that she's a blackmailer. So, when we started the first, he said, what about Kano State? I said, of course, Kano State. I worked for them. There is evidence everywhere. I have my account statement to show where they paid in, the amount of million they paid in as initial deposit. He said, what about Festus Keyamo? Did I tell you that Festus Keyamo did anything to me? I only said Festus Keyamo was my lawyer. Festus was my lawyer, Festus Keyamo. When Festus Keyamo was Festus Keyamo, not Festus Keyamo of today. Oh. Festus Keyamo before was like this Omoyele Sawole now.
Yes.
Sowore, that God is using for Nigerians. That was how Festus Keyamo was. And then he was my lawyer. In 2009, I paid him 250,000. He ate the money. He did not do the case. If I start that wahal on that one now, 250,000 naira at that time, you know how much it be today? And so I let this. So when David mentioned it, I said, Oga Minister, please concentrate on yourself and leave these ones. It's not adding up. If this is the reason you're calling me a blackmailer, it's not adding up. So that was it, my brother. I continue to cry.
So just a quick one.
Okay.
You said the minister denied ever meeting you in police station.
So
even with all of these messages, exchange of these messages.
he has never met me before. Anyways, we're getting there. So I continued to cry. Then Sahara Reporters picked it up, just like every other blog was picking it up. I reported it. He said he went and sued me for defamation. So last year, I came for a popular person's birthday in Abuja here. When I came for that birthday, I just reached praying in the night in the hotel where we are, and God asked me, what are you doing here? I said, I came for this person's birthday now. I brought gift last week. Didn't you see me? He said, you're not meant to be here. They are planning to arrest you. I say, who? He said, David Umahi. That they've been tracking me. God told me that. So I went to that same person's house because we missed our flight. And the person said I should go to the airport. When I get to the airport, I should call him. So that night, God told me, that person that told you to go to the airport that you came for his birthday, you say you brought all this gift for, they want to use him and arrest you. That airport, we went to the airport, actually, we were calling him, delaying. I went to ease myself. The Holy Spirit told me, take your children, leave here now. They are coming to arrest you. Enter the next available box. For the first time in the history of my children's life, my children took bus. We took bus back to Lagos. God said, look for the next. We were at the airport. I was calling the person. He was not picking. He said, go. I went to the bathroom to ease myself. God told me that person you say you brought gift for and you came for his birthday here, they want to use it. As he's playing these delay tactics, they are trying to arrest you. They are negotiating your arrest. But he's trying to convince them not to make it now that you came for his birthday. I left with my children. So, few days before this arrest, God woke me up. I was praying. I finished my prayer. God told me, daughter, I want you to change your style of prayer. He said, I would like you to go on a 7 days midnight prayer. He gave me what to pray about. And God told me that as you're starting that prayer, when you're singing praise and worship to me, I want you to put it on your WhatsApp status and your Instagram stories. Let people see. He actually directed me to put it on all my social media platforms. But I was not comfortable with it. I said, how can I be praying and be sharing it online? He said, yes, I'm about to do something that will make people know that I'm alive in you. I'm about to do something that will make people know that I have an interest in you. So what I did was, when we start the praise and worship, I'll just post some of it on my WhatsApp status and my Instagram story. A lot of people were following me. So a lot of people can testify to the fact that in the last 2 weeks, that they were following my worship and my midnight prayers on my status. It was by the directives of God. He said he wants people to remember this testimony. So when I now finished, he now told me that the reason why he asked me to go on that prayer is because David Umahi wants to arrest me. But that he's going to disgrace him. That he will use this my arrest to give David Umahi a national disgrace. But God never told me the day they were coming to pick me. Ask him. 7 days we bombarded heaven. And I did everything God asked me to do. People were following me on my WhatsApp status and my Instagram. I was posting the prayers as God gave me. He said he wants to give David Umahi a national disgrace. And that as he has hardened his heart and has decided not to pay me, that after this national disgrace, that he will carry out the judgment of Psalm 109 on him. I now went and opened Psalm 109 to read what it is all about. So now, I just dropped my children off at school on Tuesday. The police was at my house and they picked me. They did not even allow me to go inside. From the time I left to drop my children out, I did not enter my house again. They just picked me.
In Lagos?
Yes, in Lagos. Now, when they picked me, they said they were taking me to the nearby police station to make documentation. When we entered the car, the talk changed. They started rushing out of Lekki Phase 1. I said, where are you going to? You said you were going to Morocco. They said, no, we're going to Ikeja. I said, no way. That's not what you said. My husband said, I'm here with you. Allow them, let's see where they're going to. So they drove me straight to, okay, when they came, they showed me the paper, the writ of someone. I said, did they say I stole something? They said no. Did they say I'm owing somebody? They said no. Defamation. I said, okay, since it's defamation, no problem. But remember, my heart was so strong. You know why? God had already told me that David Umahi was coming to arrest me. But what he did not tell me was the day he was coming to arrest me. So he had already given me instructions. So they picked me, went to Ikeja. My heart was so strong. You know how they pick somebody like your heart to be shaking? My heart was so strong. Hey, because already God has informed me. So when we got to Ikeja, I said, you have to wait for my lawyers to come. They said they are not waiting. I said, okay, I'm coming. Let me go and ease myself. As I was going to ease myself, somebody drew me by the corner. I don't know if he's an officer, but he's in that same command, and told me, Madam, we know that you are innocent in this case, but are you aware that a lot of money has been paid for your head? I said, not aware, sir. He said, please, as they're taking you to Abuja, be careful. They have told us that we must do everything to make sure that we turn this case against you. They even said we should not allow your lawyer to meet you. Because my lawyer was coming to meet them so I can sign. Let me go to Abuja on my own. They refused. They ran me. So I was now praying and God told me to start making noise. As I was coming down, God said, start talking. I told my husband, please, God said you should record me. And he videoed me. And that was the video that went viral, that I was arrested. When I got to the airport, the Holy Spirit said I should tell Nigerians that I'm going to Abuja. That was why at the airport, I started telling people, the man who has been owing me for 12 years had just arrested me. I want each and every one of you to bring out your phone and start recording. I'm going to Abuja. Tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that David Umahi has arrested me. Tell Sheyi Tinubu that David Umahi has arrested me. Tell all Nigerians that the man who has been owing me for 12 years is using the police to oppress me by arresting me. And now they're taking me to Abuja. The airport officials thought I was mad, but I was not. I told them I'm not mad. I'm only doing what God said I should do. They brought me in here, took me to their station, and David PA and group was calling the IPO, asking her, now her head don't cool, eh? I know that she don't dey calm, she don't dey cool. The man was saying, I lie you. You never see this kind of person before. Her mouth still dey sharp. I was hearing it. She thought I was lying down there. She thought I was hearing everything. They were asking her. When I did like I was going to, there was a time they called her and was asking her some, they went to, another thing I want to say, they went to all my banks. They took all my account statements. When a corrupt politician want to fight you, he went first to all my banks. He took all my statements. In the file, all my children pictures are in that file. All my children pictures are in that file. They've been tracking me. There is no information about me they don't have in the file. My file is like this. So, but the good thing is that when David Umahi and his people were planning for me, God was also planning for him. Because God knows my hands are clean. So, they now took me to cell. The next day was in the interactive section. They took me to Fakorode. When I got to Fakorode told me that, but that evening I came from Lagos. But he said he has paid you, that his committee paid you. I said, I'm sorry, of CP Fakorode. He's telling you about the wrong person, not me. So they took me to the cell. They took me to my Tama cell. I was calm because I know God is with me. I went there, and in the morning they picked me. But one funny thing happened. When I wanted to buy food, instead of the woman that the what do they call them, IPO of the case, to stay with me, she went and entered the kitchen where they are making my food. I don't know what they have sent her to go and do to the food. So a lot of things happened, but the next day they brought me. I said the minister was coming. So I sat and they brought him. When I sat there, my husband sat. I said, my lawyers are coming. My lawyers are coming, which is Mr. Omoyele Sowore and my lawyer, Barrister Masha, and other people coming in. They did not agree. I said, we can't keep the minister waiting. Meanwhile, my people have come. They are downstairs. All Umahi's aides here. They are with their phone. Why would you collect my own? I said, collect this man's phone. The guy said, who is she? Who is she? Who is this woman? Who is she? So they left their phones and took my own. I said, okay, no problem. I gave them. All of them were doing like, when adults are behaving like fools because of money. Honorable minister, honorable minister, honorable minister. I sat calmly. I was just looking at all of them. I did not talk. I said, if you're not taking their phone, you've taken my phone, no problem. They started asking questions. Immediately he sat down. The first thing he said was, have you met me before? I have never met. When he said, have you met me before? I didn't talk. He said, I have never met this lady in my life. I don't know her. I'm meeting her for the first time. Then I started asking questions. I brought out my evidence. The evidence, some of the evidence I've been using online is not all the evidence, because I know the person I'm fighting. So the ones that are in video that people can see I kept them aside. I distributed them. My lawyers kept them, sent to my children abroad and all of that. So I brought the paper because some are in pictures, some are in video, right? So I gave them. He said, you have never met me. The first page, you will see the load. The second page, you will see the goose. The third one, you will see me and him in picture. You will see me. The only difference is that I added weight. Finish. Because I used to be very slim and tiny until I had my last set of twins. I'm a mother of different sets of twins. So, how can he say? I was just looking at his face. They asked me a question, I answer. They said, do you have a witness? I said, yes. Some of my staff that have left the company 7 years ago, they called them, they testified. Oh, yeah. Do you know David Umahi? Yes. I went with my MD to Ebonyi State. He invited us. The one they called, we stay where they stayed, where we stayed in his house or his hotel or where we stayed. And that was the time I met him. One even said I snapped with him. That was the first time I met him one-on-one. They said, okay, what was happening? He said, we were doing presentation. We carry our things and display. He wanted to do corporate gift. So the evidence was hitting him so hard because that was not what he expected. As he came with one son like that does not know his onions in law. As he came there, they wanted to intimidate me with all those lineup. You understand? They felt that I will kneel down, I'll go on my knees and start begging them. But I was prepared for David. So as the truth was hitting at him, he could not stand it. He said, I can't stay here and be listening to all this. What happened is that I'm going to institute a case in Ebonyi State, 3 different cases. You want to institute a case in Ebonyi State. The same Ebonyi State, you said if I come, I will not live alive. The same Ebonyi State, you said you will give me the treatment you gave to that the treatment of the Nelam 5 engineers will be what I'm going to experience. And yet you want to institute a case in Ebonyi State so that you and your boys will finish me. So that was what he said. They said, Sam, you're going to institute a case in Ebonyi State. You're going to institute 3 different cases. Let her come and prove. Let her come and prove. So when he stood up, I said, no, David Umahi, he can't stand up. I was not even calling him honorable. I was not calling him engineer. I was addressing him directly. I said, no, David Umahi, you can't stand up. I'm not finished yet. You said you don't know me, right? You can't stand up now. I'm giving you evidence that you know me and that you're owing me. So police, as he was standing up, I want to rush at him because I've already made myself a promise that any day I see David Umahi, if I go for events like this, I got to look around whether they invite David Umahi. Because this my hand you see like this. If this my hand enter David Umahi's trouser or hold his neck, Jesus, there is no human being on earth that can remove it. There is no human being on earth. Go and ask Reverend King. I don't know where he is today. When they duped me many, many years ago, I was pregnant. I kept calm. I had my child, I think about 23 years ago. The day I went to their church, they were giving testimony. I went there to do like I was giving testimony. Collected the microphone. That's why I carry my hand like this, deep into the trouser of the pastor. We collect the shop money. You know, Reverend King, he had bodyguards. They dragged me. Woman was just born. My baby never reached 3 weeks. They dragged me out for where? As I stood there, they had to go inside, pour the offering. In my presence, they counted my money and they gave it to me. Every other person could not do it because they were so scared that man was a killer. The man was this. I hate injustice. I have always been very vocal about the oppression of corrupt politicians. And why it pains my heart is because you elect them into office. You give them the power to serve. And they turn against us with the same power. So everything that's escalated that day was as a result of the fact that an honorable minister of this great country should not be a liar. That was what vexed me. And they said because of that way I humiliated him, they must take me to court. I must enter prison. And Nigerians said, no, it cannot happen. He lied. I would have been calm. I wouldn't have challenged him. But he lied. As a minister in this country, you cannot lie. David is one of the bad eggs that must leave the ministerial cabinet of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For if David can lie that he does not know me, if David can ensure that while we were perfecting bail, his team called 2 of my lawyers and told them to frustrate the bail that we were perfecting, that they have $15,000 for each of them. What can David not do? In court, as we came out, we were granting interviews. My file got missing. Jesus Christ.
They say that your lawyers.
I said my file got missing. You did not hear the story. For more than 2 hours, they were looking for my file.
Talking about your lawyers?
Yes, the lawyers in my team. Yes, we have the numbers of the people that called them. It's there. Who is this? Don't worry about who it is. Just frustrate this bail proceeding. We have $15,000 for you. When that one hung up, they called another one. You see those guys? Being wealthy is not what they are after. They are after taking back the country from the corrupt politicians. We came out from sitting. I was the last person that they had her case. Oh yeah, we don't sit down. Everybody don't provide documents for my bail. My file don't miss. My file got missing. They took 2 hours to look for my file. Can you believe that? They were searching everywhere. File will come out now. We didn't know that. The registrar didn't know that. Umahi's team took him to the back. Somebody followed them and recorded it. We have a lot of evidence against them. A lot of evidence. Even in this group now that is fighting for justice, they have planted their people. But we know there are lots of snitch. So all this evidence that we have against them is the reason why Nigerians became so vexed and say, no, this is injustice. If this man is not guilty, he can't be offering $15,000. His people cannot be calling to frustrate the bail. That's what the Western magistrates go. Do you understand? The man had my file and said it was missing until the magistrate left. Immediately he saw that the magistrates have left the compound and driven off. My file was found. He now said, no, they have to take her to prison until next week, Tuesday. The judge is not coming. It's not coming tomorrow. It's not coming until Tuesday. And their plan was that when they get me in there, I will not be out until the next hearing in April. David is a corrupt person. He's very corrupt and he's bad. But see, what God has in stock for him will shock him if he doesn't change and repent. That's the truth. I'm not the only woman. No. When I started fighting this cause, many women came. My sister, I beg, help us. I said, no. Go to your own page and be crying. The same way I'm crying. God will help us raise somebody that will collect our voices together.
Women that also have issues with it.
The same pattern. If you don't sleep with them, he will hold on to your payment. And some of them are so ashamed of coming out.
So I'm going to do something quickly. Please give me my phone. I will need to call 2 of your staff.
Okay.
And just hear from them briefly. And then I'm also going to call the SCA to Dave Umahi on media. I'm just going to, talk to him, find out why the Honorable Minister have not been able to just settle this case with you once and for all. Let's hear what they'll have to say. Your name is Daniel?
No, the name is Mr. Martins.
Okay.
He was present with me in Ebonyi State.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is KAA, the host of Kaatruth Podcast.
Oh, cool.
And I am currently live as I'm speaking with you. I have Madam Tracy Nicolas on the show with me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And she mentioned your name, that you were one of the people who were with her on the first time she went to Ebonyi.
Mistake.
This
Yes, sir. Yes, 100%. Yes.
Please tell me what you know about this case. Just briefly.
Okay, when David Umahi wanted to contest for governorship, I think he was deputy then during the election period, and he contracted my boss. Then I was working as a PA. So I went along with her to Ebonyi State. He launched daughter at his guest house here. So we made some presentations, and he needed pen and books for his campaign. Though I am not sure of the quantity, but it's really in a large quantity. And after which, we returned back to Lagos. And later we went back again for the final conclusion. And all of a sudden, my boss told me that I should ask him for her payment advance. And the man said he's going to get money from Jonathan. I think, during Jonathan regime to pay her, for the part payment. And that my boss should go ahead for the contract, that he doesn't have money yet. So after the contract, I was so shocked.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. So I'm just going to quickly confirm 2 things so that we don't take much of your time, sir. All right. So you can confirm that she went to see Dave Umahi in Ebonyi State, and she met with David Umahi, the current Minister of Works.
Yes, 100% yes.
And you were with her?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did she at any point mention to you that Dave asked her to be his girlfriend, or came into her room with towel?
I was saying that before you cut me short. Okay. Because when my boss asked for part payment for the work, Umahi told her that he wants to go to Abuja to meet Jonathan for funding. So my boss had to use her own money to do the project, after which we returned back to Lagos. Then when my boss was pressing for payment, the man invited us back to Ebonyi State, of which we went. I went with her. Then all of a sudden, my boss ran into my room. I think, I can't remember the exact time, but I think it's around 1 a.m. or 12 p.m. So she was like, I said, boss, what happened? Umahi is disturbing her. He's making advances at her and all the rest of them. I couldn't talk because we are in his guest house. And security, he has a lot of boys that are armed. So I was like, okay, auntie, boss, MD, you can chill with me. Daytime will go. After that, we went. I didn't put my ears down again. But he was really on her neck. I'm 100% sure. And I can say this even to his front. So
Thank you.
That was that one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martins, for your time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do have a wonderful evening.
Are you too?
Okay. Another number.
Okay.
We have 2 more numbers here. This one I've not seen him in years, but the father just sent me his number now.
Please, what's his name?
Udo Kama Wanko.
He's a man. Hello. Good evening, sir. My name is KEA. I'm a host of Kaatruth Podcast. And I'm currently live as I'm calling you. I'm with your former boss, Madam Tracy Nicolas.
Okay. Sorry, you said your who?
My name is KAA, a podcast host. I'm currently interviewing your former boss, and we just wanted to quickly confirm something from you.
Okay.
Is that okay, sir?
Hello?
Is that okay? Can I go ahead?
Sure.
Thank you. Please, can you confirm that you know Madam Tracy Nicolas Ohiri?
Yes, I do. She's my cousin sister.
Okay, so we're interviewing her concerning the case she's currently having with the Minister of Works, David Umahi, and she made mention of.
I saw a glimpse. I saw some glimpse of it on TikTok.
Okay, so she said you've traveled with her to Ebonyi State the first time she met with David Umahi, where she went to make some presentation.
That's very correct.
Okay, can you briefly tell me, just in summary, what you know about this whole case?
I think that's about because I finished my youth service at the time. I just finished my youth service and then I started working with her because I also studied a little bit about branding, graphics arts. So I worked with her within that period, and I can remember that was the time we left Lagos for Ebonyi State when we went to deliver a consignment, and then we were lodged at Osborne Lapam Resorts, and I think the hotel they said was owned by the then deputy governor, who is the current minister as we speak. That was where we lodged. I'm very aware of that transaction when it happened that time.
Good. Has she ever mentioned that the minister tried asking her to be his girlfriend, or did she ever mention that the minister came to her room in one of the meetings with the minister?
She actually mentioned it, not just that. She at such news is she tells us of such harassments because she does the jobs for, I think we went with her to deliver some jobs at Ebonyi State. We went to deliver in Abia State. So such things happen, and she usually tells us that confrontation in terms of harassment and all that, but she stands her ground as a Christian. You know, she's a member of a Mountain and Fire. So I don't know if she's still watching.
The current one, the one with Dave Umahi, did she tell you people?
I didn't know anything about this. As in, she didn't tell us as staffs. Not everything she discloses to us as our workers. But I think that could be personal to her.
Now, the day you went to make the supply, were you with her the day you went to make that supply to Dave Umahi?
Yes, we are all together.
And you can confirm that she truly supplied some of these items to the Honorable Minister.
Yes.
It's all right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. Another one.
He's the driver. You know, these people, some of them followed me at different times.
Yes, I understand.
This one, now when he followed me, we were lodged at his hotel.
I am happy that
Yeah,
you're able to.
I've even forgotten the name of the hotel until I go to my computer. Did you hear the name of the La Pam?
Osborne La Pam.
Chineke na Pico.
I know the hotel now.
Make you know, so I know they lie.
These are Dozier Ogo, a driver.
Yes, he was driving me 7 years or 8 years ago.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is KAA, the host of Kaatruth Podcast. I'm currently live online with Madam Tracy Nicolas Ohiri.
Okay.
In her story, she mentioned you, and we're calling to just confirm if you could still remember the story she's telling us, because she said you used to be her driver.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it true that there was ever a time you drove her to Ebonyi State to have a meeting with David Umahi, who is the current Minister of Works?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Is there anything you would want to just in summary of what you know about it? I believe you must have heard or seen the case that she's having with the current minister online. Is there anything you can still remember from the whole journey to Ebonyi State and the meetings with David Umahi?
Okay. I think there's a time I took her to Ebonyi State. We went from Lagos to Abia State, from Abia State to Ebonyi State, from Ebonyi State to Abuja. I think I remember. Yes. What is happening in that? Like what is going on in Abuja? I think everything that woman is saying there is 100% true. Yes.
Everything she's saying is 100% true.
Yes. Now it's true. Because when the Umahi was deputy governor, we went to Ebonyi State. I think we went to the hotel called Husband Hotel. Who owns Husband Hotel? I don't know. That is the hotel we went that day, and we display watches selling all her distillation about. I think the guy was in PDP there. Me and him. Me and her and the brother, the cousin, all of us went to took something upstairs to demonstrate for the Umahi to come and see. And he came with the convoy that day, and he came into the hotel and he saw everything. After then, I think we slept in that hotel that very day. So I think after that day or the second day, we left the hotel and started coming to Abuja. I think I can remember.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Thank you. I appreciate it.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. So currently we've been able to speak to 3 people, and they all confirmed your stories.
They are all past staff.
Yes.
They have left my company like 7 years ago.
They all
I've been
confirmed.
spoken with them.
They all confirmed what you've been saying. And also some of the evidence, I've seen the messages, and I can say that what you're saying, the exchange in messages is correct. It's correct. Before we end this show, is there any other thing you'd like to say about this whole case? Is there any other particular information we do not have yet?
The information, all information.
Currently, what is the status of the case currently?
He sued me to court, and I've been granted bail. But the truth is, people like David should be taught a lesson. A lesson that as a minister, you are a civil servant. You are here to serve. And you are not here to oppress the people that gave you the power. With the power that you have acquired, the police should not be used by any Nigerian politician to oppress the masses. In a Sokoro cell where I am, I have about 7 men there that was exported from Ebonyi State on the instruction of David Umahi. They said Fakorode arrested them, and they've been there for months. So as I'm out now, my conscience will not let me allow those men stay there. And I'm also calling out on families all over Nigeria. If you have anybody that David Umahi has locked up unjustly, because in my own case, if David can offer $15,000, if they can pay the registrar to frustrate my bail and declare that the case that was just had, that my file is missing, If David can do all that he did to ensure that I enter prison, do you know how many people that David Umahi has used his power and the money he acquired from politics to lock up unjustly? So I think God is about to do something in Nigeria. If you are someone that has a family in any prison, in any cell, across the 36 states of Nigeria, and that person has been locked up by David Umahi unjustly, please do very well to contact me. So my new mission now is to start belling everybody that David Umahi has locked up unjustly or any politician has locked up unjustly. Enough of this oppression. You are civil servants. You must serve in truth and in the fear of God. We shouldn't be afraid of our politicians. We shouldn't. It is time to decongest the Nigerian prison and the police cells where they have innocent people who, because they have nobody to voice out for them, nobody to stand in for them, is languishing due to the corruption that has eaten this deeply into this country. Enough of that.
Facts before hype. We always bring you the latest update. Kindly subscribe to our channel, like this video, share, and drop a comment. Thanks for watching.